Yo, so it's Silent J here, and I'm just gonna start explaining some basic stuff with Deathstroke. Let's start with some of his mix-ups. Honestly, some of his best mix-ups would have to be his back 1, which is his low combo starter, and back 2. They both come out in about 15 frames, while back 2 doesn't really lead to a combo without an interactable. So when you have the interactable bounces, this becomes a much better mix-up because you can either do, your back 1 up 2, and that was supposed to come out. But yeah, back 1 up 2 combo. Oh my god, screwing up everything. Or you can do back 2 interactable bounce and back 3, and whatever interactable combos that you have. His forward 3 is also a really strong mix-up. It comes out pretty quick. It's actually one of the best forward 3s in the game, in my opinion. It can cross up. It's just all around good. As far as that goes, he also has his jump ins. Jump 3 is really tempting for crossovers, but in all honesty, his jump 1 is probably the better crossover. His jump 1 can be incredibly ambiguous and does lead to full combos. So, oh my god, I'm just dropping everything right now. But yeah, so as far as his mix-ups go, that's kind of what you're going to want to do when you get in close. You got the back 1, which again, oh my god, why am I hitting interactable? So, you got that combo, which I think is like, yeah, it's 28% off of just back 1, forward 3, I fucked that up, what am I doing? And that'll get you some solid damage too, so 33% there. And then back 2, the string you're gonna want to do off of back 2, honestly. And I know back 2 seems really tempting, but the knockdown you get on it's a decent knockdown. But the biggest problem with back 2 is that it is unsafe. And honestly, back 2-3 forward 2 is his better string. Back 2-3 is completely safe on block, and the forward 2 won't come out except on hit. So you kind of just mash it in, and I'm not doing that. There you go. Alright, you're getting 16%, and honestly, it lets you set up your zoning game again because full screen. So, your low gunshots for, dumb wake-ups, stuff like that. Again, you can always do your jump 3s, but for me personally, I prefer the jump 1, simply for the fact that, you get the better combo, and it's also part of his vortex, which is another great mix-up that he has, and that you can get off of the 1-2-3 knockdown. The 1-2-3 knockdown is a hard knockdown. It leaves you at basically just a 1 dash distance, so you dash, jump, and then based on the timing of your jump 1, when you actually hit it out of the dash, will determine whether you come in the front or if you come behind for the cross-up. And it's pretty ambiguous for the most part, and you can time and control that. So, generally you'll do the jump 1, 1-3-2, jump into, then if you want the full combo, nah, I can't hit it right now, but 3-2-3, forward 2-3, flip. That would be your normal thing. However, if you want to do like a vortex setup, what you would do is jump in 1, 1-2-3, or 1-3-2, jump into, oh my god, I cannot hit anything right now. And then you would do 1-2-3 for your knockdown. The 1-3-2 for the knockdown will give you basically enough distance to dash, set it up, and then just keep going into it as many times as you really feel like it. It's kind of a useless setup unless they have very direction-specific wake-ups. Like, against Green Lantern, this is really good. Against Shazam, it's really bad, because he'll just wake up out of it, and even if you cross up to screw up his inputs, he's just going to get a teleport anyway. Deathstroke, it's bad against, because you have the sword spin, sword flip, option select, if you get crossed up. Characters like Batman, who really don't have wake-ups, really good against, stuff like that. So, just an option to keep in mind. Then there's characters like, Superman, who it's decent against, and oh my god, I cannot hit a combo. But, yeah, that's decent. Next would be his punishes, and honestly, his best punishes... Oh, I actually forgot one mix-up. His one mix-up that kind of sucks, it's not even really a mix-up, would be his overhead for the meter burn, and then low if you hit low. The low sucks. It's not worth the bar. You're getting like no damage. It's seriously, I think like 4% or something like that on hit, and then you get kind of like a really crappy knockdown. I don't even think you can really, yeah, you can't even really set up much off it because it's, the recovery on it is so long. And then, unfortunately, even just the overhead meter burn is unsafe. But if you know they're just going to block low, or if you, like, down one into that sometimes, if they're not ready for it, you can get that. And that's great, especially against particularly, like, Superman. Because forward 2-3, if they keep doing the forward 2-3 for forward 2-3 breath loop, you can down one right out of that. And if you know you're going to down one them out of it, just cancel into that. Guns, now he's got to work his way back in. And, you know, set up your zoning again, all that good stuff, because Deathstroke anti-zones Superman free. So yeah, you know, for that, I mean, you know, if you want to get him back out on your mix-up, there's always that, and then back 2-3, forward 2 will get you, again, full screen, get your zoning set up again, especially for some matchups where that's what you want to do, like against Grundy or something like that. Grundy, Green Lantern, Superman, Nightwing sometimes. Like, Nightwing is a weird matchup in my opinion. But these are all characters that you're really going to want to keep out as much as possible, you know. You want your zoning game to be as on point as you can. I know a lot of people, oh, scrubby spammer. Well, you know, when Grundy gets in, game gets rough. You know, one chain and your combos aren't even doing as much damage. It sucks. And you ate 60+%. Grundy rant. Anyway, and as far as this corner game is concerned, I mean, there's not much to it, honestly. What's great, though, is he does have a great mix-up on the knockdowns, because you can cross them up pretty ambiguously based on how you time the forward 3 in the corner, and then kind of get a combo, and if you don't screw up like I just did, you can kind of just hold them in the corner for a while, and then you still have your back 1 mix-up, forward 3 again on the knockdown. If you do it kind of early, you'll cross up. If you do it kind of late, you won't get the cross up. Stuff like that, you know. And then, you know, you have your corner damage that you can get. I'm not really good with corner combos, honestly, because usually I just do, like, I'm lazy. I just want the easy setup. It's like 19% there, but yeah, like that's 27%. I'll take that because I just want that knockdown. Forward 3, sometimes I'll just do, you know, whatever. As long as I get the knockdown again so that I can just set up my mix-up there. Watch out, because if you do get the true cross-up, which is where you'll cross up and you will blatantly cross them up, in order to combo them again, you do have to walk back and delay your string a bit. And I haven't done this in a while because my teammate's a Shazam main. You actually don't get Oki options against Shazam. It just completely shuts them down, except like when you read Teleport Wake Up. Anyway, but yeah, you know, and then also in the corner you have, obviously, the jump in 1, which, you know, kind of you can cross up with it if you want. Just make sure you have an idea of if you're crossing up or not. But, you know, it's always harder for your opponent to know if you're crossing up if they don't main your character. So just things to keep an eye on. Past that, I mean, I don't know. With Deathstroke, it really depends on your matchups, because with him, you can zone sometimes. Characters you can't zone against, like Killer Frost, don't ever do it. Aquaman, don't ever do it. Raven, like, full screen only. I mean, in matchups like that where he can't actually zone, the best thing to do is just try to counter zone with him. Superman, don't really zone him, but if you see that they're going to go for lasers, you can always counter zone, because his lasers are so slow. You see him tilt his head back, just gunshot him. You see him jump in the air, instant air quick fire, you know, just shoot him out of the air, shit like that. It's kind of easy to counter zone certain characters. Again, like Raven, you see them go for the grab, you block it, quick fire on reversal. Aquaman from the deep, quick fire on reversal. And that's actually one of his things. For punishing with Deathstroke, it really kind of comes down to, and this is kind of going back to punishing, is 1-3-2, because it's like a 6-frame starter, you know. It's a good punisher, goes in a full combo. Yeah, it's like a 33% combo right there. You can do 1, 2, 3 because it's kind of quick. Just watch out that you do time it right because 1, 2, 3 is unsafe on block, so you can get punished for that. And then, as always, 10 frame quick fire. Like, that is just a great punish on a lot of things. A lot of things that you can block, meter burn quick fire, you're getting 16% from usually some decent distances. Yeah, as far as just jump-ins are concerned, again, I mean, jump-in 2's decent, but it's really best if used for mid-combo stuff, because it's honestly your best mid-combo option, like right there, You want that jump-in 2 for the extra damage, because I think without it you're only getting like 20-something, right? Alright, so you get a solid 30, but you get an extra 30% for a free jump-in 2. I mean, extra 3% for a free jump-in 2. Why not go for it? Jump in 1, great, because the active frames are really long. It has a really short Alright, so I'm back after some camera death, but as I was saying, Jump 1 has awesome active frames, really awesome startup, and is honestly just a great air-to-air, unless, you're trying to get away, in which case Jump 3, your jump back 3s are great. It's also great for punishing certain wake-ups, would be your Jump 3. So like, you figure Killer Frost is gonna go for like a wake up slide, jump 3 into a full combo, just bam, your jump 3 combos. I just like the down 2 combo personally. Scales a little more, you get a little less damage than just going for the 3-2-3, but it's only by like 4%, and I just find it a lot easier at 3%, and I just find it a lot easier to confirm into. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. Honestly though, like, if you get a good knockdown on a sweep, you can kind of like get a crossover forward 3 on certain knockdowns, like mid-screen even, so. Actually, yeah, if I reset that. This is a decent example of like when you blow some stuff up with interactables. If you want to get a little extra damage, depending on which ones they are and where on the screen. Like, I know quite a few of them, you kind of just, like, oh my god, why do I suck at this game all of a sudden? What you can kind of do is just blow it up, and then you can kind of get some gunshots, usually, to get a little extra damage. Oh my god, I'm like terrible at this game all of a sudden. Forgive me. Okay, so whatever. Point being, off of some of the explosions, you can get stuff like that. Atlantis, good stage for, like, if you're going to be zoning, because as soon as they get to that area, like, once they're here, they can get hit by the pipe, so, that actually gives you a couple good dashes before they can actually get in. Watch out for armor. I mean, that's just zoning stuff, though, so if you're not really into zoning, not much I can tell you. But yeah, I mean, that's about it, all I can think of. Just things you always want to avoid. Trait, completely useless. I mean, it's, like, embarrasses me that it's a thing. Let's see, do they have any strings they shouldn't use? Can't even think of any, honestly. Like, most of the strings are pretty useful. I mean, there's some you just don't want to do, like back and down 3. Like, it's a thing, but it's kind of crappy. Yeah, it's like low, but I mean, if you're doing that, you can just block the whole thing low anyway. So really, you're just doing an unsafe string for no actual mix-up. I'm just gonna do like, it's not too bad of one, just back one. Do that. I mean, it kind of sucks, but I mean, in some cases, it's better than nothing. But yeah, I mean, just general stuff with Deathstroke. AR, like, his assault rifle is just kind of ass. I mean, it's probably going to be even worse, because really the only time it was ever good is you got a full screen knockdown, trade it up, and then you could, like, just AR for, like, a couple times, and then get, like, some decent damage. But now, they only do about, like, 8% each, which is, like, embarrassing. They're only going to do, like, 8% when you trade it up. So it's going to be kind of useless. Right now, really the only question is going to be if he can do any trait setups after. Because right now, basically the only trait setup he has is down 1 cancel into trait. And then really what you're going for is that 1-3-2 string as unblockable. And like pre-patch, like right now, you can get away with that because, you know, you're not in cooldown by the time the combo ends. Now you're going to have to wait another 3 seconds after the combo ends, and for the most part, you're going to spend most of your active time just fighting with the damn thing to happen, because now you got to chase them down, and you only have 3 seconds to actually use your trait as opposed to 5, which technically means, you know, you're really only going to have about an extra second of cooldown, really. Which, now that I think about it, isn't too bad, you know, if you get that combo, but if you don't, then, you know, sucks to be you. But yeah, you know, whatever. Super, pretty useless. I mean, we're getting a buff on that, but still pretty useless. Anyway, hope it's helpful, and, good luck with Deathstroke. I just love that super. Alright, peace.